Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
I've missed that rolled R. Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Thank you, sir.
So, a video that we've shot at least once before.
Greetings.
Aqueducts or something. And always interests the audience out there is if you had the choice of an expensive guitar, but the quid pro quo was that you then had to have a cheap amplifier, or you could have an expensive amplifier, and the off side of that would be you have to have a cheap guitar.
Yeah.
Which would you have, and what would you choose? And after we've done this preamble here, one of us will choose one and the other will choose the other.
So I would say it's always what's fit for purpose. So for me, if I need to go and play live, then I think it has to be the expensive amp because I need to reach, you know, more people in an affordable venue that doesn't necessarily have a fantastic PA. However, if I'm playing at home for fun, it can absolutely be the other way around.
I would entirely concur. So it's like home use, you get yourself your little Spark amplifier and you splurge all your money on the best guitar you can buy.
Yeah.
Live, the guitar becomes about, as long as it does a thing, does it stay in tune, work basically.
Yeah.
Everything about what the audience is hearing has to come from the amp. Do you want to put any price constraints on, like as in, can you just, if you win the expensive guitar, cheap amplifier, are we sort of saying you can go and choose anything you want from the store regardless of price, but the affordable bit has to be under a certain price?
What if we set the measurement at Les Paul standard?
So like 2,500 is expensive, right?
Yeah,
okay.
and back 10 years ago, that was probably like 2K.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So if we go Les Paul standard is the expensive value.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to make the video slightly more interesting for the person, for the expensive bit. I don't think there should be a limit on it.
Oh, okay. Oh my God.
So like, I think if you're just going to buy the expensive amp or the expensive guitar, that should just be, you can have whatever you want from the Anderton store.
Limitless.
The difficult bit now is being, so what is your budgetary constraint if we're saying on the affordable bit?
300.
Okay, and the only other thing which does somewhat go against what we talked about right at the beginning, is this to gig with, or is this just to make a noise at home with?
Well, that's the problem, because you don't gig, but you play a lot, and I do gig. Most of my playing is with my band. So, I mean, it's different. We're going to find out.
What I mean is, if the intention is us to
We're
jam
randomising it, aren't we?
And let's say I have to buy the affordable amp to use at home.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely going to go and get like a little Diddy desktop, you know, like a Yamaha THR or Spark or whatever.
Yeah.
But of course I can't gig with that. So if I've got a gig with it, I'm looking more katana-y, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say it has to be to play live with.
Fine.
Personally, I think that's a better.
So we're putting that caveat in, and I think it's good advice there. These are not choices that you would make if your intention is only to play at home. If you've got to get the affordable amplifier, it's got to be so that we can jam, potentially do a little live thing. Now, I'm going to put a plectrum in one hand.
Okay.
And you're going to choose a hand.
That's
right?
not what it looks like from here, Lee.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, now, if you get it right...
If I get the pick...
Which are you choosing?
If I get the pick, it's the expensive guitar.
Expensive guitar, cheap amp. Perfect. So you got it wrong. So you get the expensive guitar. Oh, sorry, I don't even know what one you chose.
So pick was expensive guitar.
Fine.
So I get the expensive amp and the cheap guitar.
Perfect. Okay, so I get the expensive guitar and the cheap amp.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And this is the way around I would prefer if I'm playing live.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I want something probably like a Sire or something affordable, and then just a kick-ass stack.
I know that previous video that we just did where your favourite guitar out of all the S-Type guitars was 250 quid.
Yeah.
Does somewhat make it easy for you.
Yeah.
All right, okay, well look, we're going to go choose stuff in the store and we'll see you back in a minute. This is where we keep the good stuff.
Lee's secret room. But even the banisters have exotic wood on them. Look at this.
It's tone wood.
It's tone banister.
Yeah, it's a tone banister. Could you imagine having a personal collection like this?
Why are you looking at anything other than that? Come on, man. Look at this.
Straightforward black Telly.
Just.
Is that a master built?
It's only 5K.
Is it?
Look at it though.
I mean, that, for me, a beaten up black Telecaster
Yeah.
is you going, I've got no ego whatsoever.
Yeah.
Or it's almost like it's the ultimate ego, where you're going, I'm so cool.
Oh, I love it.
A beaten up black Telecaster is all I need.
Yeah, that's sick.
Rob has just won the right in a video to play the most expensive amplifier in the universe if he wants to.
Well, I love the Hot Cat. I've got one. Brilliant amplifier. I haven't tried either of the MK amplifiers, so I probably should try the Overdrive.
Pick out whatever you want, Rob. Let's go, Rob.
Say no more for the expensive guitar.
Oh, come on. Captain America.
This is RAF, so this is
Wow.
Captain England, or Captain
Love
Great
it.
Britain, I should say. Apologies.
They go for
Other countries in the United Kingdom.
What are the pickups?
Oh, I think they're Lollas on these, but I'd have to triple check.
What's that going to set you back?
5? Yeah.
So roughly the same as this then?
Yeah, but I mean, this is for the guitar player that wants to be talked about, right?
Yeah.
Man alive! I mean, I played a Gretsch in another video recently, which is, oh boy, Gold Flake over Paisley. that may well be the blingest guitar we've ever had in here. That is nuts. Although, staying with this, I think. Staying with this.
Hello. I can't keep this guitar because it's too expensive, but I do get the opportunity to just smell it slightly, momentarily, and enjoy its luster. I'm about to try this very affordable amplifier. Can I borrow a pick, please?
Let's get it. What do you want, Rob? What's this?
Anything thick. Well, it definitely goes. Sorry about your ears. Let's try this. I think I preferred the Victory's thickness. But there's one other I wanted to try, which is that Boogie that came into the store yesterday. If it's there.
Rig selected. So this I've been using in a few challenge videos recently whenever I need something small. For me, I'm just going to say it's kind of taken over a little bit from where I would have perhaps gone for a Katana in the past. Katana's still a great amplifier and arguably does more than this, but I just think the Laney tone is awesome. So that's the little 270 quid 50 watt Foundry. And then of course, I am going to go with this killer Rock and Roll Relic guitar, which by the way is a one-off. So we asked Rock and Roll Relic to do this kind of RAF symbol on the front of a couple of guitars. It's super, super cool, right? So there's my little rig. Rob, you enjoy the rest of yours. I'm going back to the video studio to practice.
So there was a Boogie head that I saw arrived at the store yesterday. I want to try it out just in case it's as good or better than the MK, Martin Kidd, Victory Overdrive. When I was in the store yesterday, a Mesa Boogie turned up. It was a Lone Star, and I've never tried one, and I've always wanted to try one. Giant Mesa Boogie amplifiers. This is probably affordable. It's almost my entire budget. It looks good though, Lone Star. But unfortunately, it turns out it was secondhand, and it's gone down the road somewhere else, so we're not going to use that one. I'm going to have that Martin Kidd Overdrive. Cheers, bro.
You haven't picked your guitar yet, have you?
No, I haven't. Oh my God. Okay, right. I'm going to go choose a guitar. Please have that teleported to the room. Let me just have a quick feel, but it's quite, I quite like it. It's less than 300 quid. It's 249. Setup's good. We're good. 249 quid. This is an LTD MT 130, which really rolls off the back of the tongue. ESP guitar, made in China.
Well, what do you think of that then? So, super expensive guitar made by an amazing bunch of little boutique builders in California called Rock and Roll Relics. This is called the Starfighter. It's a chambered body, sort of Gretsch-inspired, lightweight rock and roll machine with this sort of custom graphic on it, offset beautifully by Pete's crash helmet on my amplifier. This I will class as expensive, right? So this is like a £5,000 guitar.
Yeah. They should endorse Fight Star.
Absolutely. And then this is the £270 50 watt guitar amplifier from Laney.
That comes with a 5-year warranty.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Against bad tone. Guaranteed not to give you a bad tone for 5 years.
I've gone for the green rig, even the cable, everything is green now.
That surely is the next debate, isn't it? Does colour affect the tone?
Oh, it absolutely, definitely does. I have to admit, I've never tried one of these, and although someone in this room is very, very involved with this brand, it's definitely one of the best gain sounds I've ever heard in my life.
For sure.
Lee went, "Why don't you try that one?" I went, "Okay, yeah, might as well." But it's phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. Martin Kidd is genius. It's very like, wow, I have to learn this, but then you don't when you just... Honestly, man, there's not a lot wrong with that.
I must admit that I was saying to Rob, the idea of Martin building the ultimate clean amp and the ultimate overdrive amp was something that was in the pipeline for 2 or 3 years at Victory to kind of celebrate the 10th anniversary. And there were so many discussions about, what is the greatest overdrive amp ever? Is it the SLO? Is it a Marshall? What is it?
Yeah.
And then somebody just went, well, the Cornford MK50 was. That was up there. That was up there. Some people will say it is the best overdriven amplifier ever. And of course, that was an amp that Martin designed himself in a previous position. So of course, the MK Overdrive is very much like if you came back to that schematic Martin, but you updated it for 2024 when it came out. But I think that essence of the gain sound on is so... Somebody described it once as it's got the sort of the aggression of a Marshall with the smoothness of a Boogie somewhere in the middle. Kind of he's got it
sounding like a Marshall that's being played very loud.
Yeah.
But at a quieter volume. So it's the smoothness that you're picking.
Yeah.
But something that's interesting that Lee picked up on is that when you have a really good amp, it really accentuates the guitar. And if you've got a cheap guitar where you're really hearing some of the flaws.
Yeah, I didn't really hear it in that jam, but while we were sound checking and Rob was messing around, there was a couple of chords that Rob played, and I thought, wow.
They're just a bit harsh. That's all it is.
The amp has really exposed the fact that maybe that guitar's just a affordable piece of hardwood and some cheap pickups.
Play everything with it, but I'm hearing harshness from the pickups.
Yeah. What did you say this guitar?
249.
And it's an ESP MT.
It's a Chinese-made LTD.
Okay. So as long as that stayed in tune and wasn't microphonic, which it didn't sound like it was.
No, it's fine.
That is 100%. It's fine. You gig with that all day long. So I don't think that's a bad choice. But yeah, I agree.
Just why are you hearing that? Why is that then?
Well,
Weird, isn't it?
You know, because obviously electromagnetic things can only pick up the vibration of a string. But,
Yeah, it's weird that.
That's...
Can I try that? You do some
Yeah.
tones, and while you're doing that, I'll try that Sire.
For context here, yeah, Rob's going to go and get a Sire guitar that's similar price to this ESP, and he picked out as one of his favourites, or his actual overall favourite from a shootout in another video. So, okay, let's put this into context. One speaker in this 2x12 cabinet, it's a Celestion Alnico Gold, is about the same price as the whole guitar amp that I'm using here. So, yeah, we have an amp here that is about 5% of the cost of this rig. Yeah, wow, right? So I have got channel switching and boost and stuff on this Laney, but because I didn't have a foot switch for it, I just thought I would do everything, you know, from volume controls, old school, right? And the volumes are wired back to front to confuse you, but really the design of this is everyone assumes you're going to be on the bridge pickup, so it's made this volume the most accessible volume control, the one for the bridge pickup, and then the volume for the neck pickup is this back one, then we got tone. So for kind of a clean sound, I'm picking softly and backing the neck pickup volume off a little bit. I could go cleaner if I went onto the clean channel of the amplifier, but... And in isolation, so before Rob came into the studio and I was just messing around, I'm like, man, that is a killer sound. I'm going to be fine in this jam, you know. Or something like that.
Lee, you're going to have to hit me. What is, and I don't know, what's the full price of this stack?
Yeah, I don't think there's much change. Might not be any change out of $7,000. Yeah. But
It's a used car.
Yeah, so look, I'll be honest with you. So there are two reasons. There's probably 1,500 quid of that, maybe 1,000 of that is just purely and simply, you get to choose the leather that you want. So it's real leather, so apologies if you're vegan or vegetarian. It's real leather from a Scottish leather company called Muirhead, and it's the same leather that was used on the seats on like Concorde and the Orient Express and Houses of Parliament. It's like...
It's good leather.
That obviously doesn't do anything to the sound, but it's all very much part.
Or does it?
When you're buying your Ferrari or whatever, and you've just paid 25,000 quid on the sort of, to have the leather interior. It's that kind of vibe.
Right.
It's completely ham wired, all in the UK.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive, and not just because they're expensive, just because they sound amazing. It's the most expensive Celestion speakers that they make. It's like all obviously made in the UK. So it is a bit like unashamedly Stella Artois.
You get what you pay for sometimes, don't you? Sometimes.
Well, there's some of it is just, I get it. It's like it's a bit of a badge of honour, isn't it, as well? But yeah, it sounds amazing. It's the best sounding amplifier victory I've ever made.
Let me try this song. It's immediately better, isn't it?
I don't. It's always interesting to know. Obviously, we've got a classic mic combination on this, but we're close miking a single speaker on this cabinet. In the room, it's just this massive enveloping. It's monstrous.
It's mad. I've got it dialed in with too much gain for these pickups, but
I'm loving the fact you haven't even used the clean channel. You've just used overdrive.
No, I went from clean, but that's not clean.
Clean is if you turn the far left button off. I don't even know how we've got the channel dialed in, but that.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's clean. Yeah.
Nobody wants that. That's what you want, mate.
It's interesting that gain 2 sound. So if you think of, I think probably the most famous of all the players that played the MK50. So it was like that needed that much gain.
Mr. RK.
Was the Guthrie Govan stuff. If you listen to sort of early Guthrie Govan, it is that liquid gain legato vibey, and that's where that'll go on, on its higher gain levels. But look,
I love it, man.
Let's swap guitars around. Let's just see. So yeah, my total rig now is down around about the £500 mark, and Rob's has leapt up to about £12,000. So
I'm sure I get a discount from a friend. Sorry about the tuning.
That sounds fine.
Wow.
Shall I just...
That's thick.
I'm so going to say this and people are going to hate me for saying it, but again, I can hear that sounds more expensive.
No, we can all hear that this sounds better than a £250 LTD. No, it's great.
I'm not hearing all of those slightly unwanted, like, kind of...
sharp, unwanted frequencies.
I don't even know
harsh frequencies.
What those words are.
Yeah. Sounds. Yes, Lord! Well, it's not shit, is it?
No,
Let's put it that way.
In fairness, neither is this. I mean, man alive, for where you would be on your guitar playing journey, having like, a £500 rig. So we're assuming that you're maybe not starting, but you're relatively early in your guitar playing journey. There's nothing stopping you going out and rocking venues and at all.
Yeah, no, totally.
With no pedals here, the reverb's built into the amplifier. I would probably argue that with just the foot switch of this amplifier to go clean, dirty, and the boost function, I don't know that I would...
Yeah, and of course that can be any colour you want in photographs
on
and
YouTube
video.
land, it can be any colour you like, so I'm sure it will have something inappropriate green screen printed onto it. I'm going to finish this jam though with the Sire, and we're going to jam out, and you're going to have that expensive rig, and I'm going to have this affordable rig.
Man.
And oh, sorry. What's the? Have we proved anything, Rob? Yes, we've proved that you must like and subscribe.
Expensive things sound better sometimes, not always, more often than not.
But affordable things don't hold you back, because, this is fine, and if you just get out there and do it, you'll still make it.
Yeah. Well, now I need to sell my car and my flat to get this green lean machine.
Doesn't have to be green, Rob. Be any colour you like.
Don't tell me that, because then it could be like oxblood, and I'm a big fan of the oxblood vibe.
100%. Choose the grill cloth, choose the handles, choose the corners.
I'm going to levitate my hand like that.
Right.
It comes with a plexiglass thing, Paul told me,
Yeah.
just so that you don't leave marks on the cabinet. They think of everything.
They did indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. That's it. Like and subscribe. See you next time.
Bye.